So that's what the Earth people call a city, eh? How primitive. Look at all those buildings above ground. Why, we could destroy that city with one blast of our Q-ray.
We've not come here to destroy anyone. Our only purpose is to bring Santa Claus back to Mars.
You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Everyone's heard of unidentified flying objects. Some people believe these objects are built by aliens or secretive government agencies. Others believe they are a trick of the light or misinterpreted meteorological phenomenon. But UFOs aren't the only mysterious things zipping around our planet. What about USOs? Unidentified submarine objects are similar to UFOs, and witnesses often report a UFO flying into or out of water. Consider the Shag Harbour event of 1967, when an unidentified flying object crashed into the waters of Nova Scotia. Witnesses supposed it was an airplane crash and reported it to the police. The police stated that they saw lights underwater and a yellow foam across the water. As the police called in more authorities to search the lake, the lights sank from view. The next morning, the Canadian Rescue Coordination Centre verified that no aircraft were missing from the area or even the eastern seaboard. The witnesses' stories matched, and they had reported from different vantage points. Navy divers continued to search beneath the water for several days. The final report from the Department of National Defense stated that no crash object had been found, and the Shag Harbour case remains one of the few official cases citing an unidentified flying object. The memos described the object as 60 feet in length and flying in an easterly direction, but important questions remain. What exactly was this thing? Where did it go? After all, objects don't just disappear. Here's where it gets crazy. Chris Stiles, a researcher for the Mutual UFO Network, followed up on the Shag Harbour incident and interviewed several witnesses to the crash. Stiles believes that the object left Shag Harbour and headed underwater 25 miles to a place called Government Wharf in Shelburne Harbour. From there, the story grows even stranger. Allegedly, a second UFO submerged and joined the first. The US and Canadian navies reputedly waited for 2 weeks, monitoring the objects, until they were distracted by a Russian sub entering Canadian waters. Stiles states that the two USOs then left the water and escaped to the skies. This isn't the first USO or water UFO reported. Predictably, many conspiracy theorists believe that the USO was an alien craft or some sort of top-secret government project, such as a new generation of nuclear submarines or an even stranger vehicle. Over the years, reliable sources from militaries across the world have reported encountering unknown, inorganic objects below the water. Yet USOs suffer from the same problems as UFO cases. There's no hard proof. When the Condon Committee searched through the files of Project Blue Book, the committee members chose the Shag Harbour event as one of their cases for review, but they did not choose to contest the official findings. This lack of proof hasn't stopped conspiracy theorists, and Shag Harbour stories abound. Some people allege that fishermen in the harbor saw Navy divers emerging with wreckage. Others say that the government engaged in a cover-up, attempting to keep the public in the dark about the true nature of this and other unidentified objects. Chris Stiles tells a fascinating story, but to be proven it requires more than off-the-record military reports and the accounts of witnesses. If the Canadian government is telling the truth, then it would seem that they are just as confused as the public. While the files of the reporting police officers have not been recovered, there's still plenty of documentation available, and Canada has made it clear that they still consider this object unidentified. But if the object did not move from the harbor, a possibility that the government documents neither confirm nor deny, then why hasn't it been found? Where did it go? Most importantly, is there something they don't want you to know?
We interrupt our program with a special bulletin. An unidentified object has been spotted in orbit around the Earth. The Soviet Union denies it has launched any new space satellites. Our radar stations are tracking the spaceship, or whatever it is.